point. So once again, I want to ask Rohan Gupta. The BJP yesterday, you heard Hardeep Puri, the minister, come out and say that in 1975, when the Parliament Annexi building was inaugurated, Indira Gandhi, then Prime Minister, inaugurated it. When the Parliament Library building was inaugurated in 1987, the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi inaugurated it. Forget about all this. When the current Parliament building, the existing Parliament building, was inaugurated in 1927 by Lord Irwin, who was then the Viceroy of the British government here in India, Jawaharlal Nehru attended that. So Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of this country, did not have a problem in attending Lord Irwin's inauguration of the current Parliament building, but the Congress party has a problem attending Mr. Modi's inauguration of the new Parliament building.
No, Zaka. We do not have a problem Mr. Modi attending the inauguration of new Parliament. We have a problem that first citizen of the country is not invited to this function. We have absolutely no issue with Mr. Prime Minister. But please understand, Zaka, this kind of debate, I am really surprised and amazed why BJP has allowed this debate to happen. Your president is in the country. The lady, a lady from humble background, BJP selected them and she has been elected as the president and she is not invited. This is amazing, Zaka. We are not against Mr. Modi attending this function. We are against President being not called to this function. There is no logic it will justify this. Because Parliament, as you know, it's a soul of our democracy. Obviously, BJP has always killed our soul of the democracy, whether it is free farm laws or whether it is note ban. They have always disrespected democracy. They have always disrespected Parliament. But this is the extreme.
So how do you explain, sir, then in 1975 when Indira Gandhi inaugurated the Annexi building, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, who was the president, was not the one who was inaugurating. In 87, when Mr. Rajiv Gandhi inaugurated the Parliament Library building, then President Venkatraman was not the one who was inaugurating. It was the Prime Minister who was inaugurating. So that was okay.
There is a difference. No, there is a difference between any extension and the main Parliament building. There are two different things. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, he inaugurated the new building of the library. He never inaugurated the Parliament. We are talking, and again, Zaka, let me tell you one thing. This government is in power for 9 years. The president has been elected by this government. It has been candidate of their party. You give me one logic why she should not be invited. Give me one logic.
Okay,
is there any logic?
Rakesh Sinha, please respond, and then I'll go to SR Krishna of the YSRCP, one of the few opposition parties who is actually backing this move and will be joining the inauguration on Sunday. But Rakesh Sinha, please respond. Any explanation for why the president was not invited or was not the person who's inaugurating?
You know, Congress is not in the position to answer the question raised by me and my party. Two questions are very fundamental to this controversy. One, that why Rajiv Gandhi inaugurated a parliamentary library and not the president. Congress has no answer. They say that there is a difference between parliament building and the parliament library. There is a difference between parliament annexing and the parliament building. Then why the president was not called? In fact, India is a parliamentary democracy. In parliamentary democracy, Prime Minister is the head of the, not head of the state, but virtually the executive power is led by the Prime Minister of the country, whether the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru or Prime Minister Modi. So you cannot ignore your own structural system of parliamentary democracy. You go to Britain, you see the parliamentary democracy, how it functions. Not in every function the king and queen is called. Yeah. You go to any part, if you want that, you should plead for the presidential system in the country. Why don't you have a debate of the presidential system in the country rather than going to this debate?
Okay, so let me ask SR Krishna of the YSRCP. You, along with, I believe, BJD and a couple of other opposition parties, regional parties, are going to be part of this inauguration. You have not joined issue with the other opposition parties and not joined this list of 20 opposition parties who are boycotting this particular inauguration that will happen on Sunday. What is the rationale of your party and why are you participating while the other opposition parties are not?
Zaka, we're very, very clear. Our party has taken a stand. Our Chief Minister, Mr. Jagannathan Reddy, has taken a stand that we will be attending the inauguration on May 28th. And we believe that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurating the Parliament is completely fine with us. As the Honourable BJP member who was on the show has said, the Prime Minister is the head of the largest party in Parliament. I think the idea of this new parliamentary building was conceived by BJP, conceived in fact by Mr. Narendra Modi, and implemented by them. So we don't see any problem in this whole affair being inaugurated by Mr. Narendra Modi. In fact, it is a symbol. The new parliament building is a symbol of a resurgent new India, economically strong, self-reliant, which a lot of people have been saying.
Okay.
And further, also, there's one other point, Jacob, we would like to make. See, every action should have a reasonable reaction, right? Okay, certain parties have stated that, they have a different opinion on who should be inaugurating it. That's fine. It's a free country. Everybody has their opinion. But I don't think it's proper to boycott the inauguration. There's a line we should draw. The parliament belongs to everyone. And, and it is the prime minister that's inaugurating. And I think everybody should attend. It's okay to have a different opinion. That's fine. In a free country, everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. But I think skipping the inauguration and boycotting it is, I think, crossing the line, which is not really required.
So let me ask Sushmita Dev.